Okay guys, for this video we're going to be looking at graphing a quadratic function that is in vertex form. So here I have my function y equals negative x plus 1 squared plus 1, and I'm going to start of course by making a table of that. So I'm going to go to my graphing calculator to help me out with that. And I'm going to go into the y equals screen, so I'm going to hit y equals, which is this top left button here. If I already have something in there, I just need to hit clear to clear that out. I want to make sure that none of my plot 1, plot 2, or plot 3 are highlighted. So I just should have a clear screen here. Okay, and so I'm just going to put in that function. And again, that was y equals negative x plus 1 close my parentheses, squared, and then plus 1. Alright, double check that I have that right. Looks good from here. I almost want to say that double check and make sure that this is a negative out front here instead of a minus. There we go. I don't think I would have gotten good results there because I think I'd hit minus first instead of negative. Alright, so then I'm going to hit second and table. And what I'm going to look for is where I start getting repeating numbers. Okay, so if I'm going to start going down here, my numbers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm not seeing anything repeating for a while. One thing I can do to kind of look and see where those repeating numbers might start is I can just hit the graph and it'll graph it. It looks like maybe if I go maybe down into the negatives for my x, right? If I go to the left of my y axis, it looks like I might have more luck that way. So we're going to go, there's 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, oh. So I see some repeating zeros here. I see a 0 here and 0 here in the y, and I see a negative 3 here and a negative 3 here. In the very middle of all that, I see negative 1, 1. So negative 1, 1 is my vertex, and I'm going to make a table for my x and y starting at negative 3, and then it's going to have 5 points in it with negative 1, 1 being in the middle. All right? So I'm going to go back to my paper. I'm going to do my x and y, starting with the negative 3, 3, then negative 2, 0, negative 1, 1, and then 0, 0, and 1, negative 3. All right? So now that I have that table written down from my calculator, I'm just going to take those 5 points and I'm going to graph them. So I'm going to do negative 3, negative 2, 0, negative 1, 1, 0, 0, and then 1, negative 3. And I'm going to connect those. All right, and then is my graph. Now, a few things that I can see from this graph here, a few key features I can pick out. I can see that my vertex is right there in the middle at negative 1, negative 1. So that is my vertex at negative 1, 1. Okay. I can also see that I have 2 x-intercepts. So we can call those roots or zeros or solutions. 1 is at negative 2, 0. And 1 is at 0, 0. I can also see that I have a y-intercept also at 0, 0. I can see that I have an interval of increasing. And that interval of increasing happens right there. And so it starts back here at negative infinity, because I can't really see where it starts, so that means it starts at negative infinity. And then it goes all the way up until it gets to an x of negative 1. So my interval is from negative infinity to negative 1, my interval of increasing. I can also see that there's an interval of decreasing. It's going to start right here at 1. Wherever it stops increasing, it starts decreasing. And so it starts at 1 and it goes all the way out here until infinity. It's going to keep going on forever, decreasing. So my interval of decreasing starts at negative 1 and goes all the way to infinity. Okay. I can also see some intervals of positive and negative, but we're going to look at all of these key features again in a later video. So go ahead and do your practice problems and watch the next video. Thank you.